morning, everybody. How are you today? My name is Debbie. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to watch part seven of the Chandler Halderson trial. How is everybody doing? I hope you had a great night. My eyes are watering again. I don't know what I did with my eye drops, as usual. So, last night, Peter Tragos, lawyer did a video covering Karen Reed. And Turtle Boy are now being sued by the McCabe's and the Alberts for defamation. Let me say hi to everybody. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Judy. Hey, Marty. Hey, Wiggles. Um, so my thoughts on this, um, because Peter said in a defamation case, the burden of proof is on the defendant to prove that the statements that they made, let me see if I can remember exactly. They have to prove that they believed the statement to be true, I think is how he said it. Anyways, y'all go watch the video. But my thoughts on it was that because he said so much more was going to be discoverable in order for this case, like the McCabe's and Albert's cell phones, plus their kids' cell phones. Like, so much more material is going to be discoverable. And I just thought they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Like, because if they can get, like, their kids' phones and their phones and, like, GPS data of where they were, because if you remember in the Karen Reed trial, who was it? It was one of the kids. Was it Allie? That was supposedly picked up Colin Albert from the house earlier before all this happened, but we really think that Colin was there at the house. So if they can get like everybody's phones, well, of course it's years later now. But I'm just thinking, what if something comes out in this defamation case that actually proves that what Turtle Boy was saying all along was right, or what Karen was saying all along was right? So they lose their defamation case, but then they actually prove the conspiracy theory about the third party culprit. So, probably, I don't know if any of this is going to get televised. Televised. I'm so old. Live streamed. But if it does, I hope we can follow it because I just think it's going to be exciting if they actually prove that it was true. Everything that Karen and Turtle Boy said about them was true. While they're trying to prove that they were defamed. I think this is going to be a giant disaster, and I can't wait to see it fall apart. But of course, it may not. I just hope that it doesn't. And Turtle Boy doesn't care. Like, he's bring it on. He just do it. Like Jackson, do it. He doesn't care. Um, and they all have fantastic lawyers, so I'm sure none of them are worried about it. But so that's what I did last night. I watched Peter Tragos's video about Karen Reed. So y'all go watch it. It's really good. And then Brian Walsh had a hearing yesterday. Um, he is competent to stand trial now. His trial's supposed to start, I think, on yeah. Yeah. If you're right, you're right. Yeah, you nothing to be worried about. Um, Brian Walsh's trial is supposed to start December 1st, but of course it could get continued. He could be found incompetent again, but they right as of right now, he's competent to stand trial. Um, so we're still following that. He had a hearing yesterday, found competent. So we're still um following that in the background. When it goes to trial, we're gonna cover that one too. So I think that's all that's going on right now in the true crime world that I can think of. If you Karen Reed has a status hearing on the 21st. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything that I know of. Judy might know of more. Judy Judy keeps me informed when I miss stuff. Okay, let's see what her trivia is. Dan Croniger, I don't know how to say that name. Friend and co-worker of Krista initially thought Chandler was covering for her. He speculated that possibly Krista was involved somehow. If she was involved, Chandler decided to eliminate her also. More than 200 bone fragments were discovered in the fireplace, including Krista's, identified through DNA. How was Krista involved? I don't get that. Her friend thought she was involved? That's crazy. Okay, whatever. It looks like, I don't know why it looks like I'm looking way up into the sky. I can't wait to get my tripod for this thing and I can get a decent angle. This is propped up against the wall right now on a Harry Potter book.
Detective, you can return back to the table.
Thank you.
Yeah, Attorney Brown.
State calls Kate Yoakum to the stand.
Maybe their marriage wasn't the greatest and he knew something. Yeah, possible, I guess. Because up to this point,
Good
no one
morning.
has said anything about
I
marriage
would ask
problems
if
or
you believe you
anything.
can do so safely and responsibly that you testify without a mask, as long as you're comfortable with doing that under these circumstances.
I will do so.
Thank you so much. Please proceed.
Good morning. Could you please state both your first and last name and spell both for the record?
Sure. My name is Kate Jocumsen, Kate, Kate, and last name Jocumsen, Jochimsen.
How are you employed?
I work for Madison College,
And specifically, what is your title?
the Director of Employee Relations.
And during the course of this investigation, were you and other employees at Madison College or MATC contacted by the Dane County Sheriff's Office in connection to this case?
Yes,
And were you asked specifically if 3 individuals ever worked for Madison College or MATC?
yes,
Was one of those individuals Aaron Hoover?
yes,
And were you able to look in a database or some historic information to see if Aaron Hoover had ever worked for Madison College or MATC?
I was able to look.
And was Aaron Hoover ever an employee?
No.
Were you able to repeat the same process with Alyssa Brandt?
Yes.
And you did that, in fact, with two different spellings, B-R-A-N-T and B-R-A-N-D-T.
That's correct.
And was she ever an employee for MATC or Madison College?
No.
What about Daniel Spieth?
No.
Was he ever an employee for Madison College or MATC?
No.
Oh, he was just making up
Can I ask
names.
you, what is the end part of every employee's email who works for Madison College?
MadisonCollege.edu.
No one uses a Gmail account as their official Madison College email?
No.
No further
All
questions?
colleges use EDU.
No, thank you.
May this witness be released and excused.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good rest of your day.
See, I thought Brandt was a real person because of the two spellings. I thought he spelled it wrong and it was a real person's name.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed with another witness, I have to read to you
He's just making up
another
names.
agreed fact, something that the parties have stipulated to that you must accept as
He couldn't even
proven.
research and get real people's
Specifically, in this
names.
case, the district attorney and
Well,
the
no, that would've-
defendant's attorneys
that would've
have
blown his
stipulated to
cover.
the following facts. Chandler Halderson has never been employed by SpaceX or sought a job at that company. Please proceed.
This time the state calls Stephen Fair.
Oh, they couldn't get Elon to come testify, so they just stipulated.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
If you believe you
Yes,
can
he
testify
is,
safely
in a
and
verse.
responsibly without a mask, that would be the preference if you can. If you're not comfortable doing that, let me know.
I can remove my mask.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, please proceed.
Good morning, sir. Would you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yeah, my name is Stephen Farr, Farrer.
And how are you employed, sir?
I work for BDO
And
USA.
What is BDO USA?
It's an accounting firm that provides tax, audit, and advisory services.
What is your role at BDO?
I am an enterprise support supervisor.
Tell me about that job. What is that job?
So our team, I have a team of 13 individuals, and we are responsible for the firm's large enterprise-wide applications like email, instant message, those kind of things.
Sure. How big of a company is BDO?
We roughly have about 12,000 employees and partners, and yeah,
Where are you based out of?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Was one of your employees at BDO, I imagine you've learned eventually, but was one of your employees a guy by the name of Bart Halderson?
Yes, that's correct.
And you became involved in Bart Halderson's email and calendar and things of that sort at the request of some sheriff's deputies from here in Dane County?
Yes,
Okay. Did you know Bart before this?
not that I can recall.
Okay. Tell me about, just briefly, the computers that employees of BDO have at home when they work from home.
Yep, so the firm kind of supplies a laptop computer. Most of them are the same, and they're given to all of the employees.
And were people working from home more frequently than usual since the pandemic,
Yes, that's correct.
including in July of 2021?
Yes,
And Bart Halderson was one of those employees.
yes.
The computer that Bart Halderson had at home, did it have any not ordinary security measures to it, like a retina scanner or a fingerprint scanner?
No, it did not.
Okay. In general, it was just a computer that if you could log into with a username and password?
Yes,
Okay. Now, in the course of this case, you learned that Bart Halderson had died, and you were asked by some police to essentially freeze any of his accounts.
yes.
And at some point, police and myself and others have asked you questions. And one of those questions has been, when was the last email sent by Mr. Bart Halderson?
Objection to leading questions.
That's fine. Did I ask you a question regarding the last email regarding Mr. Bart Halderson sending from his account?
Yes,
Okay. And did you provide that email to police?
yes.
I'm showing it's been marked in this case, exhibit number 486. And just briefly, what is the first page of this?
It is an email that was sent from myself to Brian Shunk.
And what did you indicate that you were doing in this email?
I was attaching some screenshots from Bart's last emails that were sent from his mailbox.
Okay. And we'll go to the second page of 486. Is that the email that you sent?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. I'll move 486 into evidence at this time.
No objection.
It is received.
This email, did it have any significance other than it was the last email sent from Bart Halderson's account?
Not that I was aware of.
Okay. And just what is the date and time of that email being sent?
3:07 p.m. Eastern at July 1st, 2021.
3:07 Eastern?
Yes.
And have you reviewed Mr. Halderson's email account a couple times now in the course of this case?
Yes, I have.
And was that in fact the last email that he sent?
Yes.
So 2:07 Central?
Yes.
Showing you what's the third page of that exhibit, which is exhibit number 486. What am I looking at there?
It's his calendar, work calendar,
Sure. And what's the time range for that calendar?
June 27th through July 3rd, 2021.
Okay. And was this from Mr. Halderson's account that you locked up from
Yes.
BDO? Move to publish 486. So just looking at that second page, there's no significance perhaps to the email, but what you were referencing was the time and date that it was sent? And that would-
Correct.
All right. And as to the calendar, does this appear to be an Outlook calendar maintained by people at BDO?
Yes.
And so, is there any significance to the different colors that people use on their calendar?
No. Yeah, it's customizable.
Got it. And so, if we look right here, Thursday the 1st, and scheduled here just around 3 o'clock, and I'll have you read it because it's a little bit hard to see. But on Mr. Halderson's calendar on July 1st, around 3, what does that say?
Krista doctor appointment.
Sorry, you're looking at the 30th. Look
Oh.
at the 1st.
Chaz, MATC.
No further questions.
Wow.
Good morning, Mr. Farr. How are you?
Good.
So a couple of questions
Good.
for you. The state mentioned something about Mr. Halderson's, Bart's laptop. And that is a work-issued laptop, correct?
Correct.
So you're pretty familiar with that laptop and how it's used.
Yes.
The state mentioned something about no fancy equipment, if you will, to log into that computer. Is that correct?
Correct.
Not only did you provide the emails shown, but you provided different information to the deputy sheriff that you spoke to, correct?
Correct.
And I believe the contact person was actually Detective Shuck.
I believe so, yes.
So along with emails and that calendar invite or that calendar, you also provided information on Mr. Halderson's login, correct?
Yes.
And with the login information, that's something that's generated, it's not something that Bart himself put in a spreadsheet. It's something that's generated through some kind of computer program that you use.
Correct.
Now, with that spreadsheet that you provided about the logins, could you give us a little more information on what exactly was provided in that spreadsheet?
Do you have a copy of that spreadsheet? Because I know I sent a couple, and I
I
want to
do,
make sure
yes.
I speak
So
clearly.
actually, give me a second to get that ready for you.
You already have it ready. You already had it ready. I hate unprepared lawyers. Like I have room to talk, but I'm not a lawyer. When I was a nurse, I was always ready. Come on, computer. My laptop's being stupid this morning.
All right, I'm handing you the markers exhibit 1000 and, excuse me, 1101. So go ahead and peruse through that, familiarize yourself with that. All right, and what is it a copy of, or what is that a copy of?
It's a copy of a couple of emails I had sent to Richard Bennett about some of the login information for Bart Halderson's computer.
And Richard Bennett, was that someone from the Deputy Sheriff's Department?
Correct.
Perfect. And does that look like a true and accurate copy of the email and the spreadsheet that you provided?
Yes.
Move it into evidence.
Any objection?
No. No.
It is received.
All right, so I'll leave that there for you if you need to refresh recollection for that. But I believe my question was, what exactly was it that you provided with that spreadsheet?
So the spreadsheet had a record of when the laptop was locked or unlocked.
And for it to be locked or unlocked, was some kind of password required?
A password is used to unlock the computer.
And that password, is it one where you only have a certain number of entries to try before it locks you out and you have to call someone from IT?
Yes.
Do you know how many logs or how many attempts you have?
I do not offhand.
Okay. Was there any other kind of login that a password was required?
There are several applications that we have that you could use a password to log into.
And could you briefly tell us some of those, if they're included in that spreadsheet?
They are not included in the spreadsheet. This is strictly just the computer.
Okay, so what else does that spreadsheet have? Does it have anything else about any kind of last login that Mr. Halderson would have had?
No, it just has the login, log off, and computer restarts and shutdowns.
And is it something that you would require your employees to shut down their computer regularly?
We do advise our employees to shut down regularly.
Okay, and based on that spreadsheet, when is the last login for Mr. Halderson, or log out, excuse me?
The last log out would have been July 1st at 8:07 Eastern,
8:07 Eastern time.
8:07 p.m. Eastern.
And that would have required some kind of passcode.
That is the log off, so there's no passcode when you log off.
You just turn off the computer.
Well, your computer will either turn off automatically if you don't do anything for 20 minutes, or you can manually log off your computer.
Okay. So then that would mean that at some point, at least the computer was active roughly a little before 8:07 Eastern time.
It would either have to be active, or if you had a video playing at the same time, that would keep your computer from becoming locked automatically.
Does that spreadsheet also tell you when was the last login that would have required some kind of password?
Yes.
And when was that?
5:13 p.m. Eastern on July 1st.
So from 5:13 Eastern to roughly about 8:07 Eastern, the computer was active the whole time.
Correct.
Thank you. No further questions. And I'll take that back from you.
If you wouldn't mind, you could keep it for a second.
Redirect.
Sure. So 5:13 Eastern, meaning 4:13 Central was the last verifiable time that that computer was logged into?
Correct.
And we've had discussions about this, have we not?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any way that you can tell who logged into the computer at 4:13 PM?
No.
Are you able to tell at all what was being done on that computer at 4:13?
Not with these logs, no.
Sure. And have you had conversations with law enforcement regarding trying to figure out what was going on that computer?
Yes.
And are you able to tell?
Not concretely, no.
So the last verifiable time that you're able to determine someone manually was doing something on that computer is that login time at just after 4.
Correct.
Okay. And you said things could be keeping the computer active. What types of things keep the computer active for long periods of time?
So if you-
Objection, speculation.
Overruled. You can answer.
So if you were doing a training and it had a video component to it, that would keep your computer from being locked out. If you're watching YouTube and you had a video open, that would keep your computer from being locked out.
But in terms of verifiable information on the computer, we talked about the last email that was sent. No email was sent when that computer was logged back into at 4 o'clock.
Correct.
And I'll ask it, perhaps I already have, and I hate to be it's redundant, but just want to make sure I'm clear. Are you able to determine based on any of your programs that you have access to or the data you've looked at, whether anything other than logging into the computer was done after 4 o'clock? Or that time at 4 o'clock?
We weren't able to, no.
Okay. In terms of passwords, is this just the normal thing you look at when you unlock your computer? You have your username and you enter a password?
Yes.
Do you know who had Mr. Halderson's passwords?
I don't know.
In the course of this investigation, have I and police provided information to you that Mr. Halderson was a bit perhaps loose with his passwords?
Yes.
In fact, I've showed you documents in this case. I'll show you what's been admitted into evidence is 203. You've seen this document before?
Yes, I have.
And what does that appear to be?
A list of username and passwords.
And most of these usernames, you're able to tell from the initials and the name of the user, who appears to be the user.
Bart.
So if Bart Halderson's password, for instance, was on a document, I'm not saying this document, but a password document or a Post-it note sitting next to the computer, you would have no way of knowing who logged onto that computer at 4 o'clock.
Correct.
Okay, so if someone wanted to log on, throw on a YouTube playlist of music and listen to music on that computer, you wouldn't know who was on there.
Correct.
Okay. Are you able to tell what Bart Halderson's password was from your data?
No.
And I asked you to try, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions.
Any recross?
Yes. That spreadsheet that the state just showed you, were you able to determine what the password and the username were from that spreadsheet that they provided?
We tried a few of those passwords and we were not able to succeed.
And you also mentioned that there was how many logins that you were able to try before it booted you out or kicked you out?
I don't know off the top of my head.
But there was a limit.
Yes.
No further questions. Thank you.
May this witness be excused
He may.
and released.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
I'll grab the spreadsheet.
And
Thank
then
you.
perhaps Ms. Doro and I should approach real quick to talk about that issue we had brought up a second ago.
That's not the one that annoys me. It's the other one.
Good morning, sir.
That's the one that
If you
annoys
believe
me.
you can do so safely and responsibly,
Right there.
testifying without a
That one.
mask would be our preference, if you're comfortable doing
That
that.
one right there.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead and remove the mask, and then if you want to angle the microphone so that it's directly in front of you, that will also help, because the blowers have turned on and they create a level of background noise. Thank you. Go right ahead.
Sure. Good morning, sir. Would you mind telling us your name and spelling it out for the jury?
My name is Omar Job, Omarjobe.
And sir, what do you do for a living?
I work as an enrollment coordinator at Madison College.
And tell me a little bit about that job. What do you do in that job?
We are customer service that, like one-stop shop that help different departments. We support different departments like financial aid, enrollment, records, admissions, and triage order calls in different parts of different departments within the college.
When people call, just give us a sample of last time you worked. What kind of calls are you getting?
We got calls about admissions. We walk them through how to get admitted and enrolled in classes, mostly financial aid, like I said, records, obtaining the transcripts. Those are the kind of calls that we manage daily.
And how long have you been doing this work?
Altogether, 8 years.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Started as a student and transitioned in different positions.
When you do you get a lot of calls?
Yes.
Do you remember all of them?
No.
Or sometimes they recorded?
Recently, we started recording them I'd say 2 years ago.
Okay. Last year, you were contacted by the police at some point regarding one of these calls you had?
Yes.
And did you speak to the police?
Yes.
Did they ask you about a call that you maybe had with someone about Chandler Halderson in June of 2021?
Yes.
In fact, the very end of June 29th, I believe?
I remember the date, but
Okay.
yes.
All right. And was that call recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Have you listened to that call?
Yes.
And I'm gonna show you just there's a number on the bottom,
Carla.
496. It's a kind of an oddly designed transcript, but just even reading the first little bit of that, does that appear to be the call that you had with this person regarding someone named Chandler Halderson?
Yes.
All right, I'll take that back from you. I will move 496 into evidence, and I'll represent for the record 495 to be the call and move the call into evidence as well.
Any other objections?
No further objection, thank you.
It is received.
I think I asked you, but we played the call for you and you listened to it at one point.
Yes.
Do you have any independent memory of this call at all?
No.
Do you know Chandler Halderson?
No.
Do you know anyone named Bart Halderson?
No.
When you listened to the call, were you able to tell, though, that it was you on the phone?
Yes.
All right. So if we could have HDMI left, I'll plug my computer in.
Folks, it's been a little while since we've had just an audio recording. I'll remind you of the instruction that what you hear is the evidence. If you don't believe the transcript that's shown on the screen matches what you're hearing, you should go with what you're hearing. The transcript is provided for your convenience. Go ahead.
Sure. All right, we're going to listen to a call. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure we're queued up appropriately and the volume is on.
This should appear on the screen in front of you, sir. Mr. Job, the computer monitor should carry whatever's on the big screen, so you don't have to look in that
And
direction.
the call's about 17 minutes long, so I apologize, Mr. Job. You're going to sit there for a second, but if you need a glass of water, there's one right there, and I'll just begin playing at the beginning.
Enrollment Services, this is Omar. How may I help you?
Can you make sure the volume's up on your end?
Hi. I'm trying to get an appointment scheduled to meet with somebody to maybe just get a copy of the transcript and also a printed copy of a certificate that was earned and other degree verification. How do I get that done?
Okay, for the degree, you have to download the duplicate diploma form and send it in with a check or a money order of $4 for the diploma. We mail that to you. For the transcript, you have to go online and request it.
Yeah, I tried requesting online and we never got them. And I've spent I don't know how many times doing that and at $8 a piece. So I'm not willing to do that again.
Why is not letting you request your transcript?
Your Honor, could we
It's
pause?
not my system, it's your system, so don't ask me questions like that.
Sure. I'll pause it at 108.
Thank you.
May we approach?
Sure. Oh, yeah. If anybody needs to stand up and stretch, go right ahead.
Dad's getting frustrated. I want to hear the call where it was Chandler pretending to be somebody else.
To maybe just get
Went too far.
Hi. I'm trying to get an appointment scheduled to meet with somebody to maybe just get a copy of the transcript
Oh, wait.
and also a printed copy of a certificate that was
Did I
earned
go back
and,
I went way back.
other degree verification.
Oh, well.
How do I get that done?
Okay, for the degree, you have to.
Sounds like the issue's not resolving, so we'll probably need to take a small break.
All right. Do you, it's slightly early for lunch, but at the same time, I don't know if you think it will.
I think it might take 10 minutes.
Our tech person is on his way out.
Okay. All right. Folks, do you want to just relax here, or would you like to go back to the jury room and come back? I'm fine if you're okay just being here.
Unfortunately, I'll note we may need to be using the screen, so if that matters for your decision on where everyone stays.
Well, let's do this. Let's do this. And sometimes we wing it. I'm going to ask Randy to take you back to the jury room. He'll inform you whether we're taking an early lunch or not. I'm not going to bring you back here if we have to make that decision. I'll just tell you now, if I don't see you before the lunch break, do follow the requirements that you followed every day in not discussing the case with yourselves or even discussing the frustration about technology. That's tempting. And do avoid overhearing or researching or finding out or seeking any information about the case. If we're able to get this fixed quickly, we'll get you back in here. Otherwise, Randy will let you know if it's the lunch break. Certainly, we'll do our best. Go ahead.
All rise for the jury.
You can go to the main campus. We open Monday through Friday now. So you can walk there, and then someone can help you, process the payment, call Stern Financials to lift the hold, and then you can do or download your own official transcript.
You said after the payment, you said to lift the hold, you said call who?
It's a process. So once you make the payment, they can lift the hold right in there.
you can tell them, you want to request a transfer, so they will lift the hold right away.
So you said I had to call somebody,
No,
or can they do it if I stop in there?
Yeah, when you stop in, they will do it for you.
Okay.
Hey, Michelle.
Now, if we've earned a certificate, say in that solar program,
You said
where does that get requested through?
if you earned a certificate.
Yeah.
I don't see that you earned a certificate. There were no like. You were taking,
oh, okay.
you were taking IT classes, right? I don't see that you were in a program.
Well, prior to the IT, there was a solar program too.
Yeah, but I don't see that you were Chandler Anderson. And your date of birth is March 15, 98?
98.
Okay.
Now, there was an old account that got changed to this new one, so would it be under the old account that didn't get, or did all that get transferred over?
It's soon if they merge the accounts. What was your... Do you have your old account info? Like your...
It used to be Halderson C at Madison College.
Yeah, normally if they merge it, they'll bring everything together. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so the name that was on that account, what was the name of that was on that account?
Well, it's the same name, Chandler Halderson, or do you see it's Halderson C at Madison College at edu.
Yeah, that's your username. That's C Halderson at Madison College.edu.
No, that's the new one, and the old one said Halderson and then C at. Can you tell if those two were combined or not?
Halderson C. No, I don't see a request for duplicate account. Normally, when I type your name, it should bring Halderson C. Let me do it in reverse, okay? If it's Halderson C, then your first name would have been and your first name is Chandler, Chandler.
HAL, L is in Larry, HALDER.
No. So when I look you up by name, if it has a duplicate account, it bring all the names that are under that account.
Now, if they canceled one,
Wiggles has
would
taught you
that
well,
show up
Marty.
anymore, or once they cancel it, would it be like expunged, kind of?
It will show up and then it will say deactivate.
Okay.
If you go to, we have a system that will show that a duplicate account was processed. Because the account I'm looking at, there was no.
How far back does that account go that you're looking at? Like when was the first class taken?
Okay, I can. Spring of 2018. Spring of 2018.
Oh, okay. So that does have all the history then.
Yeah, but I don't see that you were admitted.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
But I don't see that you were admitted in any program.
You said they were, it's the IT degree is in there, right?
No, those are just classes. Like you took general education classes and then the IT classes. You might have just took the classes but not be in the program. You have the solar. You took a solar class, physics, trigonometry, leadership and art, general chemistry. Yep, you took some solar classes, like I said. Yep, you took solar classes, but you were not in the program.
Okay. Does the internship from the spring show up in there?
Entrance from the spring of what year? I can go back.
Oh, this year, 2021. Winter. Yeah, you do spring. Yeah.
No.
Does those normally show up in there?
Yes, if internship is part of the curriculum, yes.
Okay. Do you have an Alyssa Brandt that works in that area or anywhere in the campus?
What is the last name?
BRAN. I think it's T or DT.
You said the first name is Alyssa?
Alyssa? Yeah, ALYSSA.
No. All the brands. There's no Alyssa with all the last names that I put.
And does that check non-teachers and everything? It would be anybody on campus that works there?
There will be anybody on campus. The directory will have anybody on campus.
Okay. How about, does Daniel Spice still work there? His last name is Spice. Yeah, it's trying to get the proper spelling. No, SPEITH.
You said SPEITH. No, it's not solo.
that should have done. Okay, thank you for your help.
All right, you're welcome.
No further questions.
Cross-examination.
No, thank you.
Thank you, sir. You are excused and released from your subpoena. Thank you very much for your time. And jury, the break will occur at this point in time. I was hoping to go longer into the noon hour because I'm supposed to go to a judge's meeting, but that didn't work out. So I will make that meeting, and we'll take an hour break for the lunch. And obviously, as I told you before excusing you, follow the admonishment as to contact. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I apologize for the delay. Who doesn't love meetings that are supposed to be over the noon hour? We'll get going now that I'm able to reconvene our hearing. If you want to call the detective.
Sure, Detective Shuck, returning to the stand.
I'll remind you that you're still under the oath you swore this morning, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I know you were on this morning, and then we had Mr. Job, and I'm going to ask you some questions about the same exhibit, which is number 498. Just quickly, if you could refresh the jury, what are we looking at in 498?
This is a Bart Halderson Celebrate report.
Okay. And I think we had talked about looking at some data starting at page 2,538, which you last testified. What were you testifying about? What happened at 2:04 p.m. on the 29th of June, 2021?
At 2:04 p.m. on the 29th of June, phone number 608-246-6210 was called for 19 minutes and 46 seconds. That was the call Bart made to Omar Job.
Okay. And there are a couple pages more of entries. Could you walk through, that is entry 110. If you could just walk through, what is entry 111 on that phone?
111 is just, it's showing the source of that phone call. Once again, showing the 246-6210 number.
And that's just data that was pulled from the phone?
Correct.
All right. When there's only a couple pages left, we'll go to the next one. What happens in what's been analyzed in your system as number 112? It looks like there's a message sent. Who's it sent from and who's it sent to?
Correct. On June 29th, still at 3:27 p.m., Bart Halderson sends a message to Chandler. It's listed as Chaz Halderson in his phone contacts. It's an instant message that says, "I spoke to Omar Job."
Then the next item analyzed in your system is 113. It's a web history. Is this exactly what it sounds like, internet history?
It is.
Okay. And what does that show, and at what time does it show it?
At 5:39 p.m. on that same date, Bart Halderson Googled Madison Area Technical College.
Okay. And 114?
114 is just showing that the search was completed through Safari.
115?
115 is just the mobile Safari cookies that are attached when you Google Madison Area Technical College.
And the same with 116?
Correct.
What about 117?
117, Bart Halderson is Googling contact Madison College. This would be like a contact list that is on their website.
And in 118, do we see the same source code essentially being repeated?
Correct.
And the same with 119 and 120?
119 is different. That's actually the web history showing employee directory for Madison Area Technical College. So Bart Halderson Googled the employee directory at that time.
Thank you. 120?
120, the associated cookies when you type that search in.
All right. Line 121, could you give us the date and time and then what was done there?
Line 121 is June 29th, 5:40 p.m. Once again, Bart is still in the employee directory.
Okay. 122?
122 is listing employee directories results, and that's at the same time on the same date.
123?
123 is an activity sensor data. This comes from the health app on Apple phones that shows July 1st at 2 p.m.
Okay. And in your experience or knowledge, what is this?
So people that have the health app on their Apple phones, every hour, Apple will document, steps traveled, distance traveled, among other items that you can select to be shown in the app.
Line 124, if you could give us the date and time of that and what happened.
Line 124 is an instant message. It's July 1st, 2021 at 2:10 p.m. This is an instant message from Bart Halderson to Chandler Halderson.
Exactly.
What does it read?
Exactly.
Bart wrote to Chandler, "I'm ready whenever you are."
The next line, 125.
125 is just a duplicate of that same.
And the very last line here, labeled as 126. What is the date and time of that and what happened?
126 is July 1st, 2021 at 3 p.m. It's also an activity sensor data. It's also just the iPhone health app reporting that there was the last activity at that time.
And that's when it was uploaded at 3 o'clock?
That was when it was uploaded for the previous hour, correct?
In your review of the records, does it appear that the uploads happens periodically on the hour basis, perhaps?
Every hour.
After Bart Halderson's phone updated the health app at 3 o'clock on July 1st, 2021, was there ever any activity on that phone again?
There was not.
Judge, if you could just turn the UMO on, I just want to make sure I can display the relevant messages. And so again, we're looking at exhibit number 498, and we're going to start here. Is this that phone call to Mr. Job that you were talking about?
Yes, it is.
And so we have the date, the time, June 29th, 2021, and then the duration of the call. You mentioned the text message shortly thereafter, June 29th, 2021, 3:27, the parties, and then that's the body, correct?
Yes.
And then we start talking about looking up Madison Area Technical College. I'll just display down that page on page 2539. Page 2540. I think this is what we talked about. Some of these are things he's Googling or clicking on, and some are cookies. And we get to line 123. This is the health upload that you were talking about at 2 o'clock?
Correct.
All right. And shortly after that, we see this message at 2:10 on July 1st, 2021 from Bart to Chaz. I'm ready whenever you are.
Yes.
And that was his last message.
Don't be suspicious. No. Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
John Ralphio?
Kom! Kritiek is stennis op! Kom eruit! Kritiek is stennis op! Kritiek is stennis op!
And then just as we saw at 2, at 3 o'clock, we see another health upload,
Yes.
and then the page goes blank.
That was the last one.
No further questions.
Cross-examination?
Thank you. Now, the exhibit you just testified about contained more information, more entries than you just talked about, correct?
Yes.
So you just talked about the ones that you and Mr. Brown determined relevant to this investigation, correct?
To this specific point, there's been other references to that attachment.
To this specific point, correct?
Sure.
Now, in looking at Bart Halderson's phone, it's fair to say your investigation looked as much as you possibly could on that phone for potential evidence, correct?
Yes.
That's it, thank you.
Any redirect on that point? Thank you, Detective. You can return to the table.
I'll call Stacy Sadoff from the Department of Justice. We'll have Stacy at this time. Hi, good afternoon. You can follow that gentleman right there.
I'm switching back to Android because I have a PC, and when I do videos on my phone, I can't upload them to this computer. I don't know how to convert them. So I'm going to fix that and just get a new phone. I need a new phone anyway, so I'm just going to switch.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
If you believe you can safely and responsibly testify without a mask, that would be our preference.
Sure.
Thank you so much. And as you discovered, the chair doesn't move, it's bolted to the floor, but the microphone can come closer if we need that.
Okay.
Go ahead, counsel.
Good afternoon. Could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Stacy Sadoff, Stacey Sadoff.
And what do you do for a living, ma'am?
I'm a digital forensics examiner
With who?
with Wisconsin Department of Justice.
What does the digital forensics examiner do?
We do several things, but to make a long story short, we will look at electronic evidence, so cell phones, computers, thumb drives, tablets,
Time
and
for Wiggles to
pull
take a nap.
information from those devices and then conduct analysis.
What type of specialized training do you have in the area of digital forensics or phone analysis, things of that sort?
Yes, so I have done training through multiple softwares, digital forensic software specifically, that I've done on and off since I started in 2013.
I'm showing it's been marked in this case, exhibit number 466. Is that your CV?
Yes.
All right, I'll move 466 into evidence.
Objection.
It is received.
Were you asked to become involved in the case of Mr. Chandler Halderson and the homicides of Bart and Krista Halderson?
Yes.
What types of things did you do in the investigation?
So in this investigation, I was asked to do cell phone extractions.
Sure. There were a few cell phones brought to your attention in this case.
Yes.
Were you able to access all of them?
No.
What goes into whether you're able to access a phone or not in your job?
So with forensic software, newer phones, we oftentimes struggle with getting into them if they're password protected. So in this case, some devices were newer than others.
The older the device, the more likelihood that you're going to be able to get into it?
Yes.
Do you stay up to date with the newest technology and trying to break into these iPhones?
Yes, I try.
And it's fair to say Apple is constantly combating privacy issues with their phones and trying to develop phones that can't be broken into.
Yes.
Okay. And it's a back and forth sometimes.
Correct.
Okay. So amongst the phones that you were able to access in this case, was one of them the phone of Krista Halderson?
Yes.
So I'm showing you what's been received into evidence as exhibit number 385. And what does that appear to be?
One of the phones that was submitted.
All right. And that has a sticker on it, in fact, indicating that you looked at it or someone in your department.
Yes.
And I'm showing you it's been marked and received into evidence is 387. Found with this phone, what does that appear to be?
Driver's license
Of who?
of Krista Ray Halderson.
Got it. So with Krista's phone, were you able to perform any sort of extraction?
Yes.
Okay. And you place that on it's transferred electronically, essentially, to prosecutors and defense attorneys and things of that sort?
Yes.
Okay. Just showing you 374. Does that seem to be labeled the extraction of Krista's phone?
Yes.
Okay. I will move 374 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
It is received.
In this case in particular, as you extracted the phone, did you provide that data back to the detectives who were working on the case?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes you review all that data yourself and look for things?
Correct.
But in this case, a good deal of that work was done by the detectives.
Yes.
Okay. Another phone I'm going to ask you about. Is a phone belonging or that was purportedly Chandler Halderson's old phone. Were you able to review something that you believe to be one of Mr. Halderson's older phones?
Yes.
And
Started as we're on the record for the
why do you
people in
think
the
it was an
gallery.
older phone, or
This
what
is
gives you
only
that
gonna-
impression?
This
it's an
statement is
older
going to be
phone?
made one time.
The phone
You're
was
allowed
an
to be in the
older
courtroom as
make
long as
and
you can
model as compared
behave
to
and
another
conduct
phone
yourself
that was
appropriately,
submitted that
which means
was
no
a newer
talking,
make and
no
model.
kibitzing,
Okay.
no
And
cameras,
in
no phones, and no
the
coming
course
and going.
of, I think what the jury's heard,
If
but
there are violations of the decorum
if that
of
phone
this
was
court,
found in a
they'll be
desk
dealt
drawer
by
with
the
other
sheriff's
phones,
department,
that's
which will
consistent
probably
with
mean
people
you will
where they
be
just put their
excused,
old phones.
regardless
Yes.
of your interest in this case.
And did you
It applies
download
to
that phone
anybody
as well?
with
Yes.
either side. It applies to the media. It applies to everyone that's in the courtroom.
Particularly, I ask you,
expect decorum
when you
today
download a
and through
phone
the
and when you develop
duration of this
information
trial.
related to those phones, are you able to see what the passwords
All
are?
right, we'll have the jury brought in.
Sometimes.
I'll read them the preliminary
In this case,
instructions.
were you able to see what
Both
Krista
sides can
Halderson's
make opening
password was?
statements.
Yes.
I would ask
And were you able to
expect
see
that
what
the opening
Chandler
statements are
Halderson's old
relatively
iPhone
succinct.
password was, the phone
And
that
we'll start with the
was
state's
found
first
in his room?
witness.
Yes.
And what were they?
I don't recall the number off the top of my head, but they were the same.
They were the same
Everybody
password?
can remain seated when the jury
Yes.
comes in.
And for the record, does this appear to be that phone, the old Chandler Halderson phone?
Yes.
And that's your lab sticker on it?
Speaking, you make
The white
Yes.
sticker?
using a mic
Yes.
and turn this way so my reporter can.
Where is that coming from?
Those phones were 4-digit passwords?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you confirm them to be the same?
Yes.
I'm looking, I'm like, what the? I don't have anything else open. No, I'm not.
Showing you what's been marked. In this case, as exhibit number 467, page through that and let me know what we're looking at.
My forensic examination report.
And what kind of information, and which phone is that for?
This is for all of them.
Okay. And what information is contained in that report?
The 3 evidence items that were submitted, so it will give information on, for example, phone, make, model, IMEI number, phone number, what kind of extraction was conducted.
Sure. And in this document, can you show us where the breakdown is between the different phones? You said it's all of them?
On page 2 of my forensic examination report, it breaks down the 3 different phones that were submitted.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
I have nothing else open. I was working on
One
my
moment, I'm gonna page
playlist
through, make sure we
on
have
the
all the
laptop, but I
documents
had the
here.
sound
We're gonna have
off.
The detectives testify in a second about some of them, but just give me 1 second.
I don't know what it was. That was weird.
And just referencing again, 267, regarding that password.
That's what I was doing too.
Remember what it was?
I'm like,
Yes.
where's it coming from? Where's it coming from?
I did.
So if we're looking at page, on exhibit 467, starting with the iPhone 6 that we've identified as the phone found in Mr. Halderson's room, it's on page 4,933. Be able to determine a passcode there?
Yes,
And what is that?
2568.
And then if I turn to page 4,936.
That is a cute
This is
dog.
identified as Krista's phone that you downloaded. What's that password?
2568.
Counsel, before I ask about cross, could you double check the exhibit number for the extraction? You said
All right, I'm
374, but we have that assigned to something else. I think it was an envelope.
Let me double check it.
Okay.
Press. Give me one second.
Extraction.
The extractum was 574.
574. That's not what you said, according to two people up here. Yeah, cross-examination, please.
Yes, thank you. So just want to clarify something. Earlier, you said that the documents that you just reviewed with Mr. Brown regarded all of them. When we're talking about all of them, we're talking about cell phones, correct?
Yes,
And what is all of them? How many cell phones did you review?
3.
So in particular, we just talked about 2 right now. We talked about an iPhone 6 that was identified as an older iPhone that belonged to Mr. Halderson Chandler, correct?
Yes,
Then we talked about a newer iPhone that was identified as belonging to Krista Halderson, correct?
yes,
These both have the same passwords.
yes.
And then there was a third phone that
Yes.
was, and whose phone was that?
Believed to be the defendant's.
So whatever phone he was using now. Or
Correct.
you believe he's using now?
Yes,
And those were the only phones that you were asked to extract data from?
yes.
Out of curiosity, how many phones have you extracted data from? Just a rough number, in general, not just in this case.
Okay. I would estimate between 500 to 1,000.
A lot of phones.
Yes,
And you said that sometimes you can get a full extraction from phones and sometimes you cannot, correct?
correct.
And I believe that it has nothing to do with, or it might, but for the most part, it just has to do with whether a phone is newer or older, yes?
Yes,
Newer phones have more protection, more safety components, yes?
correct,
And they're correct, and they're protected by passwords, yes?
correct.
Now with the passwords, sometimes you're able to get the password on this extraction from the phone and sometimes you're not, correct?
Correct.
And you may not have the right answer for this. I don't think there's a right answer, but out of curiosity, how many times do you think people use birth dates as passwords?
I would say more common than a random number.
How many times have you ever seen the password as 1111?
If I had to estimate, maybe 15%-ish of the time.
It's up there, yeah? No further questions, thank you.
Redirect?
The phone you were not able to access, what model was that?
What model? It was an iPhone. I don't recall the specific model.
Was it newer than the other ones?
Yes,
And I think, is that the one that you believe to be Mr. Halderson's phone?
yes,
Using whatever technology you have and whatever password breaking software you have, were you able to break into that phone?
no,
No further questions.
May this witness be excused
Yes.
and released?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good rest of your day.
thank you.
1 second, please, Counsel.
Come on, Belle.
Folks, we're going to take a recess at this point in time so that I can address something. Randy, go ahead.
All right for the jury? Just as I asked Mr. Shunk some questions about messages on Bart's phone, were you asked to review the downloads that were performed by Ms. Stacy Sadoff, who just testified, the download of Krista Halderson's phone?
Yes, I was.
And specifically, were you asked to look at text messages on that phone?
Yes.
Okay. Showing what's been marked in this case is exhibit number 499. Does this appear to be some of those messages that you were able to download, specifically more recent to the homicides?
Yes,
All right. And these are in what we call conversation mode.
yes, they are.
And briefly, if you could explain conversation mode again for the jury, this is from Cellbrite?
Yes, it's a Cellbrite extraction report of the text messages between Krista and Chandler. And then the conversation view, it actually just appears easier to read. The color is different from the sender and the receiver.
Looks a little bit more like a text message.
It does.
Okay. I'll move 499 evidence and ask to publish it starting at page 3,558.
Any objection?
Nothing further.
It is received and may be published.
All right, I'd ask for the Elmo to be turned on.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to work with the lighting for one moment. So in green here, is that Krista?
Yes, it is.
All right. And in blue, we're going to see Chandler.
That's correct.
So we're going to start essentially 7 days prior, or around 8 days prior to when we're talking about everything happening. So on June 23rd, 2021, just to get us used to what this looks like, could you tell us what Krista says to Chandler?
Good night, Chandler. Love you.
Right. Mr. Halderson responds essentially, good night. And then this email, or this text message. I'm going to read it. Let me know if this is correct. HR rep and me are having to attend a board meeting online this afternoon. Our meeting will be online around lunch. I do not have to leave. Sent on June 24th, 2021.
That's correct.
Mrs. Halderson responds, and can you see that?
Yes, I can.
All right, could you read that for us?
Have Dad coach you and have in the wings to help you. Please let him support you or I will come home so I can.
Okay. June 24th, Mr. Halderson responds, sounds good. Is here saved in Krista's phone as Chaz.
That's correct.
Okay. And then same day, a bit later at 1:10 p.m., I'm waiting in the room.
Are you behind?
Your Honor, I'm just going to object as leading.
Okay. We'll go to the next question, or the next text. On the 24th of June at 1:10, what do we see from Krista to Chandler?
Would you like me to come home?
You scare me, Shadow.
How does Chandler respond that day at 1:15?
I'm all set.
And slightly after that?
I got a list of things from Dad and a bunch of tips.
You got the zoomies.
Staying on the 24th, a message from Krista to Chandler. Now we're at approximately 2:31. Can you tell me what that says?
If you need to pick up check, I can come home. Just ask.
3:13.
This is to Chandler from Krista. Any news?
And then from Chandler, or Chaz, to Krista Halderson, June 24th at 3:26. What did he say?
I don't need to go anywhere because I have a board meeting until the end of the day.
And then on June 24th at 3:27, that last message, what does that say?
From Krista, did it get solved?
Again, staying on the 24th, a message from Mr. Halderson shortly after that at 3:27. What does he say?
Pretty much just need some approvals and signatures.
Now we're on to June 28th at 1:02 p.m. What does Krista Halderson say to Chaz?
Were you able to make an appointment with MATC?
Again, June 28th, now at 1:02. What does Mr. Halderson say to Krista?
No, there's a line I might be able to skip, so I'm exploring that option.
On my thumb. Get it off my thumb.
Then the next, or now we're on to June 30th. Here at 7:22 in the morning, what does Krista send to Chandler?
Thank you for waving. You made my day. Happy face emoji.
Mr. Halderson responds shortly after, saying what?
No problem.
And then what does Krista say at 7:30 p.m. or a.m. on that day?
Love you lots.
30th, message from Krista to Chandler.
Come see us when you are done.
It's at 5:19 p.m.
That's correct.
Mr. Halderson responds with what?
Okay.
Now on to July 1st of 2021, a message from Krista to Chandler at 1:38 p.m. What does that say?
Hope things are going well. Thinking about you. Happy face emoji.
Ooh, making a mess, Shadow.
On July 1st, 2021 at 2:34, how does Mr. Halderson respond?
Going well. Thanks.
And what does Krista respond at 2:34 on that day?
With a happy face emoji.
At 3:19 p.m. on July 1st, 2021, what does Chandler text his mother?
Well, darn it.
Dad's phone died. Text or call me.
I screwed it up.
Shortly after, another message.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, from Chandler to Krista. And get soda on your way home. I have an extra hour of work.
And Krista responds,
Okay, I can. Happy face emoji.
and that's at 3:22 on July 1st, correct?
That's correct.
On July 4th, there's no messages. Well, on July 4th will be the next message we'll look at. There's a message from Chandler to Krista on the 4th of July at 11:02 a.m. What does that read?
Hoping this goes through. I bet there's a lot of people up there.
Shortly after, he sends another message. What does that say?
Making it hard to message.
And on July 4th, shortly after that, at 11:04 a.m. So the last message from we just looked at was 11:03 and 7 seconds.
That's correct.
At 11:04 and 23 seconds, Krista Halderson's phone texts Chandler's phone. What does that say?
Made it safely. Can't get anything through. And yes, it's packed. Going to White Lake today for the parade and will be home Monday night, Tuesday early. Love you lots.
The use of the last phrase, love you lots, with exclamation points, that had occurred at other times in the messages with Krista and Chandler.
Yes, it had.
That was a phrase she used.
It appeared so, yes.
Quit moving your head.
No further questions.
Thank you. Detective Sims, just so I'm clear, that text exchange was extracted from Krista's cell phone?
Yes, that's correct.
So is it safe to assume that you or someone in your investigation looked at all of Krista's text exchanges on her phone, not just the ones with Chandler?
That's correct, we did.
And anything else you could look at on the phone you looked at, correct?
That's correct.
That's it, thank you.
Hey, Ken.
No. Thank you, Detective. You can go back to your seat at the table. Attorney Brown or Raymond?
Oh, yeah, they did her a couple days ago,
Department of
Ken.
Justice. Hey, Courtney, you can go with that gentleman right there.
Good afternoon.
Nancy
You
works
can
at
safely and responsibly testify
Five Guys.
without a mask. That would be
Isn't that
our
what it's
preference,
called?
if you're comfortable with that.
Fast
I'm
food
not able
restaurant.
to at this time.
Very good. Then go ahead and pull the microphone a lot closer.
Okay.
And you can even tilt it up closer to the direction of your mouth, and we'll make sure that we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay.
Stop it.
Could you please state and spell
Don't
your name
call
for
it
me?
her.
Courtney Rip, Courtney, DPP.
No.
What do you do for a living?
I am a criminal analyst for the Wisconsin Department of Justice.
What do you do in that job?
As part of my job, I take in copies of original records and make them into visual displays. And that can look like chronological reports, timelines, or cell phone tower maps.
Have you been involved since early on?
No,
in
I'm
the case
yelling
of
at
Chandler
Spike. He was
Halderson
growling
and
at
deceased
Shadow.
individuals of Krista Halderson?
I have.
And have you worked in conjunction with folks in law enforcement and in your work?
It's his new
Yes,
thing.
I have.
Specifically, maybe these detectives?
Growl at everybody.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Showing what's been marked in this case is exhibit number 435. What is that?
This is my CV.
I'll move 435 into evidence.
No objection.
It is received, and I'll have the record note that it was Detective Sims and Shrunk that counsel was referring to, just so that the record reflects which detectives.
Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about the training you undergo to do your job?
As part of our training, when we first start, we work with a senior analyst who goes over how to do the specifics of our job. They also review all of our products before we send them out. I've also received training from the cell phone companies themselves on how to interpret their records. We are in constant communication with them as things change and shift and how they send us stuff and how the technology upgrades. And I've also taken a class through the FBI about cell phone analysis.
Tell me more about that class. What does that entail?
It really just kind of went over everything that I had already personally experienced, which is the basics of how a cell phone tower operates, the basics of what the individual companies send us with their records, and what those mean and how to in turn map those out.
So, in the course of your duties, have you had the opportunity to look at iCloud records?
Beautiful.
I have.
What is iCloud?
iCloud is the system that is native to Apple products, and it is what they use to offer backup services. So long gone are the days of, losing everything with your phone. It can now be backed up to the cloud, and they offer it for free to a specific size, and then after that, it's a paid subscription.
When you say the cloud, just explain what that is.
Really, it's a bunch of servers that are housed in warehouses and other places, big computers that store your information.
Now, if I own an Apple iPhone, you say automatically I get a free.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That account I have,
All
does
right.
everything on my phone get backed up, or does it only when I choose things, or can I deselect things?
The user selects what they want to back up,
Picking
and they
up
can
for
change
you
that
again.
at any time.
What are the types of things that one could choose to back up or choose not to back up affirmatively in their phone?
Anything on your phone, honestly. You can decide your contacts, your text message content. Photos are probably the most selected. Any of your applications you can choose to back up. Mail, your email accounts, and notes, different things like that. Anything that's on your phone, you can choose to back up.
And is that something that someone with a phone, they don't need some advanced training to know how to
Hey,
do? You go into your
Nancy.
settings,
Love
be
you
able to figure
too.
That is correct.
In this case, where you provided an iCloud response from a subpoena that was issued by law enforcement regarding Chandler Michael Halderson's iPhone?
I was.
So while maybe as the jury's heard of this case, we weren't able to access the password in his phone, you were able to access his iCloud, his backup.
That is correct.
And did you receive that?
I did.
Okay. So I'm showing you what's been marked in this case as exhibit number 454. What does that appear to be?
This is the certification of the records from Apple.
Got it. And those are transferred to law enforcement, and what is this labeled?
It is a USB device that contains the Apple/iCloud records.
And that's 455?
Yes, it exhibit 455.
I'll move 454 and 455.
No objection.
They are received.
Now, what types of things did Mr. Halderson have backed up in the cloud?
Images, notes, the contacts. I believe that there were some bookmarks that had been saved and I don't recall everything else.
You mentioned notes. What are notes?
The notes is a section that you can use it as a notebook. So I use mine for grocery lists, but it's just a free space where you can type in whatever it is that you want.
And did Mr. Halderson have some notes?
Yes, he did.
Showing it's been marked in this case is exhibit number 456. What does this appear to be?
This is a print-off report that shows the content of the various notes that were contained in that return.
And are these in date order, starting oldest to newest?
That is correct.
Could you tell us what date range these are all in? So the oldest one, then just look at the last page and tell us what the newest one is.
The oldest one is from February 1st, 2018, and the newest was on July 5th, 2021.
And so I'll move 456 into evidence.
No objection.
It is received.
There are quite a few notes here, right?
There are.
Would you agree that the majority of those are mundane things like lists of things and links and jokes and things of that sort?
That is correct.
Okay. In the course of the investigation, some of those have become more relevant than others?
Yes, they have.
Okay. And for instance, there's one highlighted on the first page, which in the actual page numbers is page 3,174. Could you just read from left to right kind of what you're seeing there and then tell us what that note was?
The first column shows the email address, the name associated with that email address. The date is August 6th, 2019, and it is at, in military time, 18:14:45, and it says dad debit 0730.
Got it. And so appears to be dad's debit and then a 4-digit number?
Yes.
Okay. Taking you to page 3,176, there's a few notes highlighted there. Would you mind these are all from on Chandler Halderson's phone?
Yes.
Okay, we don't have to read those. Would you mind just telling us the date, the time, and then what the note said? We'll just start from the top.
Okay. On October 12th, 2020, at 10:28:26, the content says, jobs need GPA, transcripts.
Oh,
On the same
yeah.
date, October 12th, 2020,
sad,
at
Nancy.
18:26:10, college recourses.
And recourse is spelled with a C?
Yes. On November 23rd, 2020, at 12:46:31, Daniel letterhead with GPA on PDF.
And then moving to page 3,177, could you tell us the date, time, and the contents of that note?
July 1st, 2021, 17:11:03. Weekend chores, H2O2, lemon, door handles, move your shit upstairs, get a job, clean floor.
These notes are in fairly small print.
They are.
Okay. I'm showing you what's been marked as exhibit number 458. Have you seen that before?
I have.
And what is that?
That is the last note that I read, just listed out.
And just read that again, if you could, the contents of the note.
Weekend chores, H2O2 lemon, door handles, move your shit upstairs, get a job, clean floor.
Understood. And I'll take that back from you. In military time, this is listed as 1711.
Yes.
So in our time, or what we're looking at, most people conventionally use 511.
Yes.
Okay. I'll move 458 into evidence.
No objection.
It is received.
In this case, you were also asked to look at Google records obtained and certified by the Google Corporation, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And did you obtain those for date range starting sometime before the 1st, but all the way through the arrest of Mr. Halderson on the 8th?
That is correct.
Showing you what's been marked in this case is exhibit number 442, all the way through the last one's 459 or 449. Do those appear to be the Google activity for Chandler Halderson at gmail.com?
It is.
And is that from the 1st all the way through the 8th?
It is.
Okay. And a question for
Thank
you.
you,
Well, I'll move
Michelle.
442 through 449, excuse me.
No objection.
They are received.
On exhibit number 442, which is Chandler Halderson at gmail.com activity from July 1st,
That's a
there's not
good
much there, but
question.
what do we see?
There are various YouTube searches that are listed here with the link and
You know, he was playing online video games. I wonder if the money was going to that. When I went to college, I'm trying to remember because my dad paid for my college. I'm trying to remember how, gosh, that was forever ago. I think, I know for like my books and stuff, he would just like give me a blank check. But I can't remember how he actually paid my tuition. I can't remember if he paid it to the college or if he gave me a check to pay it myself. I don't remember. But like no one uses checks anymore. So how was his dad paying for his school? Was it like payments set up to take out? Huh, that's a good question.
the title of what it is specifically that they watched.
YouTube is a company owned by Google?
That is correct.
Okay. So if someone goes on YouTube and watches something that would log
Yeah.
into a Google account associated with their email?
You might as well have.
Are there any searches performed that day or any other Google activity that you're able to see?
No.
What could account for there not being any searches there?
There were no searches conducted or that the information had been deleted.
And do you know one way or another which one it was here?
I do not.
Okay. So 442 is July 1st. On July 2nd, 443, exact same thing?
Exact same thing. Different searches, different videos watched, but only the YouTube history.
444, July 3rd, same thing?
Same thing.
445, dealing now with the 4th of July. What are we looking at there?
Again, YouTube searches and YouTube history.
446, dealing with Google activity on July 5th. What are we looking at there?
YouTube history.
447, July 6th, again, more YouTube history.
That is correct.
On 448 and 449, July 7th and 8th, we're able to see more information.
That is correct.
All right. So let's start talking about exhibit number 448. In general, there's a few pages of things here, a good deal of these entries. Let's start with, is he searching anything on Google?
There are searches that are listed here in the maps section. So directions to specific places.
Can you tell me what those were and what time they were searched on? And this is again, July 7th?
Yeah.
July 7th at 9:36.
I'm interested
and
to
38
know.
seconds in the morning. Erlwin Road, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin was searched. And then the next second later, so at 9:36:39 a.m., there were directions to that address, Erlwin Road, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin.
Okay. There's a good deal of entries here that are Google Maps. Is
I
that
need to
what
watch
happens when a
Accepted
user
again.
starts looking into the map interface?
That is.
Okay. Moving into 10 in the morning or so, are there some more Google searches?
Yes.
Tell me what those Google searches are.
At 10:19:57 in the morning, White Lake Police Department, White Lake Township Police Department. At 10:20:15, White Lake Police Department, Wisconsin, and that was searched several times. White Lake Township Police Department. Again, that continues several more times. At 10:21:44, Wabeno Police Station. 10:22:31. It's a homepage for the village of White Lake, Langlade County, Wisconsin. At 10:22:40, there was a personnel directory lookup in the village of White Lake in Langlade County. At 10:24, there was an area that was viewed in Google Maps. At 10:40:26 a.m., the search term BDO. 10:41 a.m., BDO's Madison CPA firm was a link that was selected. 10:58:40, BDO Madison. 11:33:04, Sawyer Lake, Wolf River, Wisconsin. Several different locations were viewed in the Google Map application. At 12:25:36, there was a Google search for Zimbrick Volkswagen repair shop near me, with a follow-up of the Zimbrick Volkswagen of Madison Service Center. And that address was then utilized in the map application.
She needs to. They ruined her life.
At 13:51:19 p.m., Sawyer Lake, Wolf River, Wisconsin directions were pulled up. Lots more map activity. At 14:03:18, there was a Google search for 4200 police code. 14:08:38, radio codes, Signals, Rhode Island. And then at 15:23:26, the search term AICPA was put in several times.
And that was all on July 7th, 2021?
That was all on July 7th, 2021.
Okay, and so we have 1 day left. Fair to say Exhibit 449, which is July 8th, it includes some YouTube entries, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and not looking at those, but what was searched either in Maps or Google searched, could you go through that, give us the time, and then just walk us through what was searched that day? So on July 8th, 2021.
So July 8th, 2021, 9:44:30 a.m., body found Wisconsin. 9:44:41, women's body found in Wisconsin. 9:44:50, Wisconsin dismembered body found. 9:45:07, State versus Peter T. Capuzza, Wisconsin court system. 9:45:25, dead body found in Wisconsin. 9:45:40, body found in Milwaukee River, 2021. There is a search for a Journal Sentinel online article. At 15:12:46, Bart and Krista. 15:12:49.
You know nothing about the Karen Reed case? Didn't you watch the Karen Reed case with us? Hey, Ken. Oh, I'm sure there'll be those one day too, Ken. I don't think we've caught up to the technology yet, but I'm pretty sure there'll be one of those soon.
Madison area couple last seen a week ago may have headed to, and then an ellipsis.
I lost you.
It's the three dots. Yeah.
What?
At 15:12:54, Madison area couple last seen a week ago may have, and then it cuts off. These seem to be all links that were related to the search. 15:30, I'm sorry,
What's
15:13:48.
wrong with her?
They got picked up and left with another couple. Son not sure. 15:13:51. They got picked up and left with another couple. 15:15:01. Update. Dane County authorities need help searching for missing. 15:15:05. Dane County authorities need help searching for. And then there are various entries in here for map searches. And it doesn't specifically say the area that was viewed in the map application.
Understood. And in 449, when you read the Google searches, body found Wisconsin, Wisconsin dismembered body found, those were actual searches performed in the Google website, essentially.
That is correct.
And when you read those longer descriptions, such as Madison area couple last seen a week ago, what do those appear to be?
Those appear to be links that returned as a result of the search. So in this particular instance, the Google search itself was Bart and Krista, and then the ones that followed were links that were clicked on related to that search.
Sure. Judge, I would move to publish 449 just to display that. Very good. So again, we're looking at exhibit number 449. And as we go through this, for instance, that's what you're referencing when we talk about a YouTube video.
Yes,
And this might be a video game, essentially, that's being looked into.
correct.
Okay. And so when we say Google search on this side right here, I'll move over so everyone can see the time at 9:44. That's the item that was searched. Body found Wisconsin.
That is correct.
Okay. And what I'll do is I'll zoom out just a tad so that that time is visible. And I'll just slowly move the exhibit out to display the whole thing. And so as we get down to the bottom, these are these the links that Mr. Halderson or his Google account clicked on?
That is correct. You can see after the google.com/, it changes from search to the URL.
Understood. Which differentiates from the actual Google search for something like body found with Wisconsin, which is /search and then the query.
Correct.
What other charges? What other charges did he have? I don't know, Nancy, because I don't know what the charges he pled guilty to are. If so, if he's pleading not guilty for his wife's murder, and that goes to trial, and he's found not guilty, then no, probably, because I don't think he's going to plead guilty. I don't think he's going to plead guilty and then not guilty for the murder of his wife, because if he was just going to get life on the other counts. So what are his charges? Okay, so Michelle, the Karen Reed trial, Karen Reed dropped her boyfriend off at an after party, and then he didn't come home, and he was found dead in the snow the next morning at the house where she dropped him off. And she got tried for his murder. They said that she backed into him with her car and he died in the snow. But he went into that house. So the people that were in the house at the after party, everybody thinks that that's where he died or where he was fatally wounded, and that they took him out and left him in the snow and then tried to pin it on Karen Reed. She was found not guilty. Her first trial, was a hung jury. The judge was friends with the people that was, in my opinion, trying to frame her. It was exceedingly unfair during the trial. She was also the judge in the second trial, but she was found not. The only thing she was found guilty of was DUI. So she was found not guilty on all the murder charges and the charges related to murder. So we, the joke is, it's the most expensive misdemeanor trial on the books because it was two murder trials that turned into a misdemeanor. So that was with Bev, yeah. That was Judge Bev. So all of these people defamed her. She was arrested, tried twice for murder. She lost her job, her health insurance. She had two chronic illnesses. She lost her health insurance. She had to sell her house. They kept her car as the murder weapon, which did she get her car back? I think she got her car back. They took her phone. Like, she lost everything. Her money, her health, her job. She had two jobs. She taught at a college and worked for some financial thing. She was like a big financial person, and she had money, and they ruined her life. And she didn't do anything wrong except for drive after she drank. But she didn't hit him. She didn't do anything wrong. So yeah, I absolutely think that she should sue them. And they're also trying to do what's it called? Where, like, she's gonna sue the government. It's under like a Civil Rights Act thing because of, I forget what it's called. Yeah, she never hit him with the car. She never hit him. Proctor, who has been fired, thankfully, and now all of his other cases are in jeopardy. I honestly believe that he planted those pieces of taillight um, because there were no pieces of taillight there when they found his body. They all showed up later. I mean, it's ridiculous. She should have recused herself. She absolutely should. They asked her to, and she wouldn't do it. So, and if you ever listen to, um, who did he do an interview? Alan Jackson, her attorney, Alan Jackson, did an interview with somebody. I don't remember who it was now, and they asked him about Beverly, and and he said there were things that she didn't allow that any other judge he'd ever been in front of would have allowed, that she didn't allow. So, well, I have a playlist for it. We watched the whole thing. We watched some of our hearings. We watched some of our hearings in the civil case too. Okay, so this is for Walsh. Murder, misleading of police investigation, obstruction of justice, improper. So those are not the ones that he pled guilty to. Those are the ones he's going to trial for. 1980. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I knew it sounded like a year in the 80s, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Okay. Yeah. 1983 civil lawsuit. How did you miss it, Michelle? Were you not with us then? Spike. So yeah, it's a long one though. It's a why am I oh my thing's turned. It's a long one. I did not the first one I don't have because I was not streaming then. That was not this past summer, but the summer before. But I have all of the most recent one where she was found not guilty. What?
I'm going to draw your attention to one of the searches or one of the links, which is the state versus Peter
Oh,
Capuzzo.
okay.
Did you in fact go and find
Well,
what
I'm
that
glad you're
was, that
here.
link that was clicked on?
I did.
In general, what was that?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It
I'm
was
sorry, I
the
gotta pause
court
it
case
again.
involving a man who was accused.
How? So if he's pleading not guilty to killing, how can he plead guilty to the improper conveyance of a body? I don't get it. I don't get it. He didn't kill her, but he improperly conveyed her body? That doesn't make sense. Well, Michelle, we are happy that you're here, and I love to see you in my chat every day. And I miss you when you're not here. Okay. Spike, you
Accused
really want
of
that plane ticket for Christmas, don't you?
murdering and dismembering a female
You really
relative
want that
of
plane
his
ticket for Christmas,
and
don't you?
the way he dealt with the remains.
And then Aunt Judy will
And
say it's
there were
all
some legal
true.
issues related to that.
Come here.
Okay, and we're not going to talk about the legal issues, but I'm
Come
showing you
here.
Exhibit 357.
I
Is
won't
that
pick you up.
the
Come
Court
here.
of Appeals decision that was clicked on in that link after Mr. Halderson looked into State versus Peter Capuzzo?
It is.
I'll move 457 into evidence.
No objection.
457?
Yes.
It is received.
This legal decision's many pages long. However, I would ask the witness, if it's okay with you, Judge, to read simply the first paragraph starting with the description of the judge who wrote the decision.
Oh.
Just that entire first paragraph and stopping at where it says background.
We gotta.
Is it from the opinion or is it the editorial summary?
Well, we
It
gotta
appears to be the
jet.
editorial
I
summary at
talk
the
too
top.
much.
Any
I'm
objection?
sorry.
No objection.
Okay,
Okay, we are. Are we still? We're still on day 9. 3:37. 21. Day 9. Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning when I was doing like the little true crime wrap up. I was thinking about her, and I was gonna mention no, no word on Wendy Adelson yet. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they are because the way Georgia said it was like she was like, "Stay tuned." So yeah, she kind of does. Yeah, I wanted to fill Michelle in because I know we're gonna cover and anything we can on Karen Reed because and the reason why I mean everyone's intrigued with the case because of the injustice of it all, but I it touches my heart because she has chronic illnesses and I have chronic illnesses and I know if that were to happen to me and I lost everything, I mean I don't have as much as she did to lose, but lose like everything in my health insurance and the thought of going to prison and not getting good medical care and everything, I would lose my mind. Like, I don't know how she's still sane. I would lose it. I would be not, and Alan Jackson said that she was such an integral part of their defense team because she has like a photographic memory and she can tell them what page a certain thing was on and could go right to the boxes and find something that they needed when they needed it, like right then. And I don't know how she did that. Like I wouldn't have been competent to help because I would have just lost it. At that point, if everything was gone, I would have been a basket case. I don't know how she did it. And the fact that she lost everything and kept going and kept fighting like that, it just makes me want to fight for her even harder because she's just, I don't want to say role model, but like someone to admire. Like I would hope I would be able to be like her and be that put together if something that devastating happened to me. I know I wouldn't, but um I guess maybe helping kept her sane. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think he knew ahead of time, but I think he knew after, especially when Donna's like, okay, pack, we're going to Vietnam or wherever it was they were going. Um, so, um, okay, so let's go to the, what's Matthew Land's bench trial. So I will see you over there in a few minutes. It should redirect. It's not going to redirect for Marty because it never does. And I think, you're on a phone, right? That's probably why it doesn't redirect. So I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Bye.